Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
so I just joined the meeting now. So I don't know. Are we supposed to ask questions based on WhatsApp?
So this session is for Q&A, is for question and answer in regards to class so far, without product design.
Okay. Okay. For me, I feel like the only question that I would like to ask is on typography. Like you only sent us note to read on it, but like I really want to ask question on like deciding like the right typography to use when you are designing, and like how to go about the kind of front you want to use. I feel like if you can like explain better on that, to be really helpful, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the question. That's fine. So when it comes to typography, right? Uh, so for you to ask the question, it shows that you've read about this link I sent you. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So typography is very important by reading or designing your product. You understand? It's very important. It's an important part of everyday life of designers. You understand? So it is very necessary. It is important to use a clear and legible font. You understand? Use a clear and legible font. We have a lot of font like that. You understand? If you want to, there are some fonts for a particular niche or a particular product you want to design. You understand? So all you just need to do is make a research. Like I did, like I've said countless times in the class that product design is 80% research, 20% design. To that start. You have to do a lot of research before you start laying your hands on design, before designing. To that start. So you have to, let's say that you want to design for um, an healthcare district, you want to design for anything health related stuff. You understand? You go online, search for font that has to do with health or like that. So you see divers of you see varieties of font, then you pick the one you can use. And your design thinking will your user experience, your design thinking will help you make the right decision on font that you have on the variety of font you seen or you are seeing. It will help you make you inform decision on the right one to use. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand, sir.
So anything you want to do as regards designing a product, make a lot of research. It's very important. There are no two ways around it. You have to make the research on mostly or largely everything before you start designing, because you need to understand what to design and you need to be able to defend what you are designing or to communicate what you are designing. So it's very important to research very well on it, from typography to the colors uh, to the what's it called, to the icons. You understand? All these are very important.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you very much.
let's please. Any other person?
I want to believe that not a lot of people have questions this night. Yeah. One that people are not asking questions because this is like a one-time thing, and I don't think we'll have time to do this again. So if you have questions, it's better you ask now.
So,
Please ask your question. Nobody's going to read. I'm not available to read the info messages for you guys. So please ask your questions. Unmute your mic and ask.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Yakubu. Good evening, everyone. I've been
yeah,
wanting
good
to
evening,
ask
Mr.
that. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah,
Yes, I've been wanting to ask that. What's the difference between a product designer and a product manager? As in, are they works their works is it similar, or I just want to know the difference between a product designer and a product manager. Is it that is a product designer that later becomes a product manager, or what's the similarities and the differences, sir?
all right. Thank you for that question. I guess I don't know. Was it the body section or one of the classes? So I've answered this question. So product designer and a product developer are two different things. The only what's it called now? The only common goal between them is that both are concerned about the product. You understand? A product manager manages the product. You understand? So they talk about the product. They make sure that
Yes, sir, I do.
all right, sorry. So product managers they oversee the product life cycle from the beginning to the end. Like they talk about the product, they ensure the product meets business goals and user needs. So they communicate with the product designer and every members of the team to make sure that okay, whatever we are designing, it's in line with the business need and the user need. Do you understand? Why product designer basically design the product? Do you understand? And like I said earlier, it is important. And when you are designing product, you have to have a kind of you have to have it in mind that this product you are building or designing must meet user need and also what's it called? Must also meet the business need. You understand? And in most cases, in some company, small a startup company, yeah, you find the product designer doing the work of a product manager. Do you understand? Because do you know the reason why? It's because we already have an informed knowledge that about the product. Do you understand? So we can talk about the product anything and anytime. And we are always after the product doing well in the market. Do you understand? So there are two different roles basically. You understand? So the product manager they oversee
Yeah,
the
I
product life
understand.
cycle. You understand?
Yes, sir. I have one more question to ask. We know that as a product
You have
designer,
the
we have
floor.
to as a product designer, we have to know about the users' pain points and be able to meet their needs. So I want to ask that. Okay, for me now, I'm working towards being a product designer. How am I going to meet? How am I going to understand people's pain points? That's the major thing right now. How am I going to understand people's pain point? How am I going to know that this is what this person needs? Is it that the client comes to ask for what they want, then we as a product designer give them what they need, or is it that we just sit down and think about people's pain points generally, then come up with an idea to meet up with their needs? Just want to ask about that, sir.
Okay, that was a nice question. So to understand user pain points, you need to empathize with users. That is, you need to put yourself in users' need because you yourself you are human being. Do you understand? So you will not put yourself, you forget the fact that you are a product designer. Then you put on the shoes of the user. You understand? So this design I'm working on, that is if you are not working that, I'm talking about if you are not working on real life problem. Because if you are working on a real life problem, you have users that will use the product. Do you understand? You have users that will use the product already. And once they are using it, they will be giving you feedback, they'll be giving you review on their experience using your product. Do you understand? So, but in case whereby you just want to design and just for the sake of the portfolio, or you have a kind of, you just feel like, okay, let me do this and that. So you have to put yourself in a kind of user's position. Then you use the product yourself, you use the prototype yourself. Or in a case whereby that one is not feasible, or whereby you don't want to go into that, you kind of do user testing, kind of do usability testing, or you send the prototype out to maybe mentors or senior product designers or people to use it. Let them just use the prototype and they will give you review, they'll give you feedback on the experience and what you need to work improve on. So it's from that feedback you I like to you understand where to improve on as regards the design of the product. You understand that?
Yes, I understand, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, you have the
Um,
floor, Manuela.
sir? Okay.
Manuela, you have the floor.
Hi, good evening, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I can
Good
hear that
evening.
clear.
Okay. My own problem is in removing the auto grid, right? I have tried, and each time I try, it messes up my work too. Because okay, let's take for instance, when I tried to do the assignment that was on Friday morning, creating those buttons, I'll change the color to white, but the background of the grid is still showing inside my buttons. So what am I supposed to do to take it out at that point? Because I tried, but I noticed it was still there. So did you get my question? Hello,
Um,
sir.
I, 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 I don't know if it's from my end or your end. It was breaking at a point. But if you're having a challenge with removing your grid, right?
Yes, 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 sir.
All right. So I don't know if you have if you have listening to your system now. Maybe you can just share your screen and then just have a look at
So
it.
that's the thing. Right now, I'm on the road. I'm actually going back home, so I can't even. I just decided to join the class so I don't miss anything. I'm on the road. I'm not home yet.
Okay, all right, no problem. So basically, if you want to remove your grid system, at that
Yes,
point,
sir.
let me share my screen and let me just go through it.
Okay.
Let me quickly show. All right, confirm if you can see my screen. So once you click on the phone, you come to your right side, the bottom part of the right canvas. You can see the layout grid. Like presently now, my grid is off. You understand? So You see this eye button here, this eye icon here. You can just or set it as visible or invisible. Do you understand? So that's where you put off your grid system. Do you understand?
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Thank you very
You're welcome.
much.
Next question, please.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good evening. Adiba, you have the floor.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Please, I want to
Okay.
ask
Are
if
they
we're
with
giving,
Elizabeth?
yes. So I want to ask
All
if
right,
we
you
were
have the floor.
giving if we were giving any other assignments aside the Euro design, what is it called? Euro section design. So I want to ask if we were giving any other one.
Okay, I'm going to answer that. Yes, you were. My it's an error on my side. I'm supposed to have turned in the assignments, but the reason I didn't turn it in was you guys have been having issues with submitting the previous assignment. So I want everybody to calmly submit the assignment so that there is no excuse when you want to start working on the other assignment, so you can work on the other one freely. So once by tomorrow, once I'm sure we have no issues with the last assignment, I would impute the other assignments.
Oh, okay. So the ones they are turning in now is still the previous one.
Yes, that's
Oh,
for
okay.
the assignment 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Uh,
All right, Adibayo, you have the floor.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir. Yes, sir,
Yeah,
I
good
have
evening.
issue with what's it called? This get started this this design that you did. Whenever I do that stuff and I try to like reduce the what's it called? This thing. So whenever I try to reduce it, the word that is inside, like that get started, is actually fluctuating or something. It's not going, it's staying in one place. And I try to adjust it with this auto layout stuff, but it's still not working. I don't know. Sir, can you please explain, like, so I can able to understand very well?
Okay, if I get you correctly, you said anytime when you created your button and you try to adjust the frame, the content inside
Yes, yes,
shrink or
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's because you didn't set it on auto layout. Do you use auto layout?
Yes, but I don't know if this is actually working. Because that's the problem. I actually wanted to know more about that auto layout very well.
Maybe, can you quickly share your screen?
Actually, I'm using my phone right now. My system is off. I've just shared my
Okay,
screen.
all right. So if you use if you use a rectangle like this,
Okay,
if you use the rectangle for your button
okay.
and you input your text there, and you kind of group it together. If you are adjusting it, your
Uh,
text will shrink. It will shrink because you are
yeah,
using a rectangle. You are using a rectangle and you are trying to adjust it without selecting the rectangle alone. You understand? But if I can select the rectangle alone, If I to adjust it, nothing will happen to the text.
Okay.
You understand? But
Okay, sir.
for that not to happen, just make sure you type in your text, you put it on auto layout. When you put it on auto layout, then you now
Uh,
decide of add your fill color, add your radius, and
okay.
set your padding, your left and right padding. You understand?
Okay.
So if you want to adjust it now, it will be constrained. It will not spoil the content.
Okay.
It will it will be responsive.
Okay.
It will be responsive. Do you understand? Because it has
Yes, sir.
been set. We've set it into a hot layout. So the text has been what has been constrained to the
To
frame.
the frame. Okay.
You understand?
All
So
right. All
that's
right,
one
sir.
of the importance of hot layout. So you start stressing yourself. You'll be efficient while working. You understand?
Okay.
So
All right.
that's it.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Our able classmate, not before.
Hello, good
All right,
evening.
sir.
Oh,
Good evening, sir. I want to ask that when designing for mobile view, I mean for a design, is it the same font size you are going to use like we use for the desktop view, or it's going to be different? So that it's going to be like responsive when the front-end developers code is going to be like responsive to different screens. So is it the same text I'm going to we use for the desktop screen and desktop screen that I'm going to use for the using now the mobile screen? That's my question. Thank you. Do you get my question, Mr. Yakubu?
Yes, yes, I do. So you actually the font size will change, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, definitely it will change because the frames are different. You understand? If you look at this one, we use 72 cerebral here. You understand? And when it comes to the 5, we use 24. So it will change based on the size, but it will be the same font. You understand? You get that?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
All right. Samson Adekoya.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. First, first of all, I actually want to appreciate you, Mr. Yakub, for your lecturing. Even though some of your assignments can be a bit kind of challenging, but at least we appreciate that. I want to ask, um, the desktop and the mobile measurements in aspect of, I think you kind of like odd number and even number. Is it that the um, desktop is even number and the desktop is odd number in terms of like the measurement, or when you want to measure that kind of like the width and the height kind of, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. And again, another thing I want to ask is, I think you mentioned about the aspect that maybe there's a particular measurement for either it is view or measure desktop view. So I don't I like times that you've been teaching us is basically about either the mobile view or the desktop view. How about the one that has to do with both the mobile view and the desktop view? So like the measurement we use for it, if it's going to be even or odd. I don't even understand what you're saying.
Okay, I want to believe you are talking about spacing and the likes are not exactly
Hello,
the frame.
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Okay, I don't even understood what I said. No, sir.
Yeah, I did. I did. So what I'm saying is this: when it comes to
Hello,
uh,
sir.
please can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Please can others confirm if they can hear me?
And we can hear you.
Okay, so Sarikoya, I don't know if you can hear me or you just do what to join again before I answer the question. Okay, so pen the time Sarikoya will come online again. Azubike Edward.
Good evening, sir. My question is, what's the difference between mobile responsive design and mobile app design?
What's the difference between mobile responsiveness and mobile app design? Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. So when we are talking about mobile responsiveness, we are talking about it being responsive mobile view wise. You understand? So when we are designing a website like this, you know that most people they they view their website on the phone. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're not talking about what if they view this website, this type of African website on their mobile, how will it look like? Do you understand? You know, it will not be like this. Do you understand? So this is the mobile responsiveness. This is how it will definitely be on their mobile phone. If they decide to what to use this product on their mobile app, on their mobile devices. You understand? So mobile responsiveness is about using the product on their mobile devices. While designing for mobile apps, it's you are designing alone for what? For your mobile devices alone. It is not a web app. You are not designing a website. You are designing a mobile application. You get that?
Okay. Yes, sir. That means if we are designing a website, we design for desktop screen and the mobile responsiveness. But if it's only web app, if it's only a mobile app, we're just designing for the mobile screen.
Yes. So if you are designing for a website, if you notice that I have to design this mobile app so that if you notice that the assignment I gave you, I put it design the mobile responsiveness, the mobile view, this row section. You understand? So you can take this as a mobile app and you can take this as a web app. You understand? For a case study, but when you are going to design for mobile app devices alone, we are not talking about web app. We are talking about something like this. You understand? Let me show you. Let me show you an ongoing project. We are talking about something like this. We are talking about something like this, whereby you are designing only for mobile. This is just a mobile applications. So you are designing only for mobile app, nothing like web app here, not like website here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. Thank you.
So I don't know. Sarikoya, are you online now?
I'm online, sir. I'm online, sir. I don't know if you
Okay.
can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So
So
you are
I
talking
was
about
saying that
go.
I'm listening to you, sir. I'm listening to you, sir.
I said we are talking about the the sizes are the
Yes, yes, yes. That I think you mentioned something about like designing for websites that probably it has to do with maybe odd number or even number. Then the where the mobile app that has to do with the sizes of probably like even number or something like that. So what I'm trying to say is that I think I remember that you mentioned that there is a particular well, let's say size that will be viewable for both mobile and web. Like probably like what is it? Is it still going to be kind of like mobile? Is it going to be kind of even or odd? Kind of something like that. I don't know.
yeah. I talked about the evil numbers. That's when you're designing for an Android mobile app, that we there's a rule that use even numbers from your spacing to your alignment, your padding to the left and right. Do you understand? So, but when you're designing for web, there's no fixed rule. You can use odd numbers and even numbers. And when you're designing for iOS, you can use odd numbers. You understand? So when you're designing for native iOS, you use even numbers too. Do you understand? So that's just the music.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Is there like a general template, like maybe iPhone 14 or probably desktop, like a general template that once you want both mobile view or desktop view, that is there a general one that you can pick? You know, like when you are trying to pick for desktop, you pick maybe um, um, Mac 14, Mac Air or something like that. Then when you want to pick for mobile, that you chose 14 Pro or something. Is there a particular template that can serve for both mobile and website?
Yes, I answered this in the last class or two classes ago, that when you want to design for web app, there are options here. You can use any of these options: MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 14, MacBook Pro 16, or desktop. You understand? This TV is if you want to design for television. You understand? This one is you are doing a kind of wireframing. You understand? But basically, they are designing for a website. You use either of MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 14, MacBook Pro 16, and desktop. You understand? You can select any one of those these step options between these four devices. Do you understand? And for phone, you can select any of the iOS phones. But I said that you have to understand what is in the market presently, what is selling in the market presently. You understand? So you don't want to use iPhone SE for your products now, because I believe maybe it's in a station or something like that. So presently we have the likes of iPhone 14, 13 plus and the likes. So you can select any one of these. You understand? So and I said in the last class that anytime I'm designing for mobile iOS, I use my 13 and 14. For my iPhone 13 and 14 iOS free. And for my map for my website, I use my MacBook Pro 14. You understand? So you get that.
Yeah, I got that, but I'm sorry to ask the question again. Like
No, it's fine.
for instance, now let's say that you want to design for both let's say Android for both website and Android. Is there a particular how will I put it, size that can save for both um like mobile and website at the same time?
If I get you correctly, we are looking for a if I design for Android, the frame size to use, right?
Yes, yeah, for both like you have a phone that will have a mobile view. At the same time, when you switch on your laptop, it will have a desktop view. Is there a particular or like can the Android size save for both desktop and the mobile view?
So can you just reiterate the question?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that, for instance, let's say that you are designing for an Android now, like can a particular size like sell for both the Android, like the mobile view and the website view?
Yes, out of the frame size I've shown before, you can select anyone and it's cool, and it will serve that purpose. If you are designing for Android, you can choose Android Medium. Sorry, you can choose what's it called? Android Compact. You understand? And you can choose. So it depends. But basically, you use Android Compact if you are designing Android. And if you are designing for iOS, you can choose any one of all these options. You understand? And if you are designing uh, for websites, you can choose any one of all these options too. You understand? For my book here, my book
Yes, sir.
16 and everything. You understand? So,
Yes, sir.
all right.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. I can go to send up.
Hello, good evening. Evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So please, I want to ask that what's the importance of padding when we are designing maybe like the Euro section that we did, we added a lot of padding. What is the reason behind it?
All right. That's a nice question. So, padding makes your work beautiful because you don't want to. Let me go try that. All right. Let me put it. Let me make this. Giving a pattern to your work is like you writing on a sheet without margin. You understand? It makes your work look clumsy and somehow. So and so I just want you to see it on a this thing. So can you now see that? Let's take a look at before according to this one. You know, it will be on it will be at the edge of the frame. And I believe you yourself, if you see something like that, if you see a design like that, you won't really like it. Do you understand? So
Yes.
it gives a breathing space.
Okay. So
And
how do we know the exact padding to put between the designs?
so, like I said, you can use a kind of the 72 pattern to the left, where it goes to the left and right, and the 120. It depends on your research and digital. So, but mostly we use 172 and 120, like all thread. You understand? So you just make
Okay.
sure that as you are seeing it, You kind of that, okay,
this is
okay,
okay.
my product.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. Samsung, how you live, okay. Class replica, you have before. Yes. So please, after class rep and something, we are done because I have a meeting 8:30, 8:30 or 8:30. I have 15 minutes till the lecture. So class rep, you have a question.
All right, guys. I want to ask for clarity on our assignment. The Heroes session. You did not specify if it was mobile or desktop. You just said Heroes session. So I want clarity on maybe it's just the desktop view or both.
Sure. Is it the one that the new one that has been given
The
that was
Heroes
given
section
yesterday?
assignment.
So I said you should design something like this. And as I yesterday, design the mobile view
Okay,
of
we've not gotten the
this.
second assignment then.
Okay, so I want to know. So you design the Euro session. When it comes to Euro session, we are talking about websites. You understand? So when I say I should design the mobile view, I'm talking about like mobile view on this. So anytime you hear about a Euro session, we are talking about websites.
All
All
right.
right, something, we are the last person for tonight's Q&A.
I'm not raising up my hand. I think I've dropped my hand.
Okay. Then let's have Victor. Let's have Victor for the last person for this Q&A section.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I did. Victor, let's have you as the last person.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, my question is concerning design system and design guideline. So I want to know if there is a standard size for each design size for Android and iOS. Like example now, is there a standard size for a header, like a header text for Android, and also body text?
Okay, you're talking about the content in each devices, right?
Yes. If
Okay.
there's a standard size for the body
Actually,
and header.
there are no standards font size for wherever you are designing. All you just need to do is put in your design thinking and your design lens to see it. So if you look at this now, I have it that it's visible enough and it's not overshadowing the whole, and it's not taking the whole frame size, just like this too. So most times it depends on your content. You understand? So people do have this display text here, having a 3-line display text. So if it's a 1 line, you can choose to go like beyond 72. But because I'm having a 2-line display text, I have to stick with what? Stick with my 72. So sometimes you can reduce it depending on your content. Depending on your content. You get that now?
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you.
So one more thing, sir, for the design system, how do we like create a design system for a project?
There's a class for that. So there's a class for that.
Okay, all right, sir.
It's part
Thank
of your
you, sir.
curriculum. All right, thank you.
Okay,
So
sir.
here comes the end of the QA session. Class rep, do you want to say something? I think Anika is not online present. I don't really know. So class rep, do you want to say something as we bar out? Okay, I guess the classroom is not online now. So, thank you,
Possibly
everyone.
yes, sir. Oh, all right, sir.
All right,
Is that all from here, sir?
yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for the this mentorship session. It was so insightful and enlightening. So, guys, that will be all for now. Let's meet again next Saturday for the mentorship session. Do have a great night, everyone.
Sorry, this is not a mentorship session. Oh. It's a Q&A session. Different from your
Okay, Q&A session. Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am. So I guess
All right,
Sunday
sir.
is your Sunday. Tomorrow is your mentorship session. I think so.
It's supposed to be on Saturday, sir. Supposed
I
to be
guess it
today.
was shifted.
Oh, we've not been informed yet.
That was the reason why I had to go to for the Q&A session. I guess it
Oh,
was
we've not
shifted
been
tomorrow,
informed
but I don't know.
yet.
Sha. All right,
All
no
right, sir.
problem.
All
Do
right.
have a
Good night,
wonderful
everyone.
night rest.
You too, sir. Thank you.